her latest book, Melania Trump finally breaks her silence on a deeply personal issue that stirred headlines back in 2016, the rumors surrounding her son Barron potentially having autism. Sparked by comedian Rosie O'Donnell's public comments, the rumors gained momentum just after Donald Trump's election, putting 10-year-old Barron in the harsh spotlight. Melania reveals how painful this time was for her family and calls out O'Donnell's remarks as an act of sheer malice. Even after an apology was issued, Melania found it impossible to forgive, and this emotional ordeal inspired her to launch the Be Best initiative, aiming to tackle child welfare and online bullying. Stay tuned as we unpack this powerful story of a mother's resilience and her fight for change. That sounds like an incredibly difficult situation for Melania and her family, especially with Barron being so young. Having rumors circulating about a child must have been heartbreaking. It's understandable that she would want to advocate for online safety after such an event. O'Donnell may have been trying to make a point, but it's easy to see why Melania would interpret it as malicious, especially as a protective mother. Melania also describes the widespread circulation of a video that speculated about Barron's possible autism, with captions suggesting that his behavior was erratic. As a mother, she found this devastating and quickly denied the rumors, stressing that there's nothing shameful about autism, but also asserting that Barron is not autistic. Melania believes O'Donnell's remarks were less about raising awareness and more about her personal vendetta against Donald Trump, linking this to their long-standing feud. It's important that Melania clarified that there's no shame in having autism. Those words likely resonate with many families. However, it's also understandable that she would want to protect her son from misinformation. The suggestion that O'Donnell had ulterior motives points to the complications that arise when personal rivalries enter the public domain. In her memoir, Melania also reflects on her time as First Lady, detailing her attempts to address child safety online. She mentions that despite the challenges posed by tech companies resisting her calls for stronger protections, she was committed to this cause. In a surprising revelation, she also voices her support for abortion rights, which contrasts with her husband's firm anti-abortion stance. Melania argues that women should have the autonomy to make decisions regarding their bodies, including the right to terminate pregnancies if they so choose. This is an interesting and perhaps unexpected stance from Melania, given her husband's outspoken opposition to abortion. It shows that even in the closest relationships, political views can differ, and she chose to openly express hers. It also reflects the complexity of her role as First Lady, where her initiatives might not always align with broader Trump administration policies. When it comes to other political issues, Melania mostly sides with Donald Trump. She expresses doubts about the 2020 election results, echoing concerns over extended vote counting, which was a major talking point among Trump supporters. This position explains her decision not to condemn the January 6th Capitol insurrection, as she, like many Trump followers, questioned the legitimacy of the election. This part of her memoir likely aligns her with a large portion of the Trump base, who have been vocal about their concerns regarding the 2020 election. It also offers insight into why she remained relatively quiet during such a pivotal moment. However, it's bound to stir controversy, as the events surrounding the election remain deeply polarizing. Melania further discusses the controversy surrounding the "I really don't care, do you?" jacket that she wore during a visit to migrant children in Texas in 2018. The jacket drew widespread criticism, as the visit came at a time when the Trump administration was enforcing an immigration policy that separated families at the southern border. Melania defends her decision, stating that the jacket was meant to criticize media narratives and was not a reflection of her thoughts about the visit itself. She recalls pushing Donald Trump to end the family separation policy, telling him, "This has to stop." The jacket incident was one of the most talked about moments from her tenure as First Lady. It's interesting to hear her side of the story, as many people initially found it hard to interpret. Her claim that she advocated for an end to family separations adds another dimension to the narrative, though the controversy surrounding the jacket remains. In the book, Melania also touches on her marriage to Donald Trump, presenting it in a positive light and downplaying major scandals such as the infamous Access Hollywood tape and allegations involving Stormy Daniels. She instead highlights the bond they share, including mutual interests like their admiration for Elton John, and portrays them as a close, unified couple. Additionally, she reflects on witnessing key historical moments, such as the military operation that led to the death of ISIS leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. It's not surprising that Melania would choose to downplay the more scandalous parts of their marriage, as many public figures do. Her emphasis on shared interests like music adds a more relatable aspect to their relationship. The inclusion of her witnessing important events also demonstrates the unique perspective she had as First Lady.